Feedback. Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton.
And I am Thabiti Mpinda.
Inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback.
A positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
And take us along with you. Feedback, feedback, feedback. All right, now, happy Monday, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Theo Broughton, co-founder of Hood Research, and my co-host,
Mark Cummings. Folks, it's going to be a great show today. I'm excited, Ms. Brooke.
All right, now, we're always excited when we're here on Monday for you. And happy Monday to Barbara and also to Calvin and Sister Fedora and Sister Charlene. I haven't heard from Katrina in a while. We need to find out, Katrina, how are you? Call in. We want to talk to you. And Carl, we're still waiting on you to come. Okay.
Yes, folks, make sure you call in because it's going to be a fun show. The usual, Howard guys had a little get-together last Saturday. We was all meeting up. I passed out my Are You Tired of Racism t-shirts. Everybody, and a couple of guys even bought some, just gave me a nice donation for them.
All right.
So my main man, the DJ, Vernon English, was in the building spinning with Bruce Bailey. So anybody out there, they know them the top cats in the city with the techno piece. And my usual, the barber, Eric Scott, the investor, Frank Sorrell, the chef, Jeff Tony, and the comedian, Bill Hill. It's a lot of love out there, Ms. B.
It really is. And, nationally, we have to share that former President Biden has cancer, and there was a announced on the news, yesterday. So we want to let people know that and ask for your, prayers for him. And here in the state, I should say in the city of Detroit, we have a election that's gearing up. The last day for signatures to be turned in, and the last day for anybody to withdraw who didn't want to be in the election took place. And now there are various candidate forums that are taking place throughout the city. There was a showing yesterday on Flashpoint. I didn't see it, but someone told me that the current mayor, who is no longer Democrat, he's now independent. Something about that independent. I guess it would make it easier for an independent candidate to accept money from the Republicans and also from the Democrats. I would not think that the Democrats would be happy to give him any kind of donation since he quit. I don't know about these quitters, but anyway, there's something interesting going on there. Mm-hmm.
This is how I feel about it, Ms. Bro.
What's that?
People like, I ain't a Democrat, I ain't a Republican, I'm independent. Okay, that's fine, because you can walk down the middle of the road. But when it comes time for independent, and they win sometime, and they got to go to whether it's the state house or the federal house in D.C., then they got to figure out who they're going to caucus with. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So eventually you got to figure out whose team you're on.
Right.
You on the Democratic team or you on the Republican team?
Right.
So you might as well choose at the beginning. Ain't no use in trying to run around. I'm independent. It sounds nice.
Being slick.
That way you ain't got to defend either one of them.
You're right.
But then again, I want somebody that's got, a little heart in the game. Like, I'm going to defend my group. So if I'm a Democrat, I'm going to defend the Democrats and say, look, when they wrong, I'm going to let them know. You're going to have to do better. And when they do well, I'm going to let them know. That's good. That's what we needed.
That's right.
And that's why we need, something like black folk don't realize we need our own party within the party. We can still be Democrats, but we need our own party to let people know. We got some demands of our own.
Yeah, well, there's something called a coffee party.
Oh, we put something together.
Yes. We remember there was a Tea Party, and they were always negative and always working against us. But we have not had a party inside the party in the past that worked for us. So that's something that is taking hold now, the coffee party.
Yeah, right.
Anyway.
I mean, it's a start. I mean,
Yes,
you got to start somewhere.
Absolutely, yes, I agree with that. You know, in this community, our people have to find that we need others who have social skills. They need to learn social skills. Now, at one time, the Detroit Public School Curriculum Committee would meet on afternoon in the Fisher Building. We have a new school board now, so I've not checked to find out whether or not they still have the same schedule that they had in the past. The regular school board meeting is the second Tuesday of each month, and currently they are meeting at King High School. I think they go so many months here, so many months there, to make it a little easier for people who want to attend the meetings. But anyway, they're now at King High School's second Tuesday of each month. And if you want to speak to the board or the superintendent, you need to be there about 5:15 in order to sign in for that. Okay. And the reason that I bring that up is because, you know, at one time, the students did learn social skills. They had that as a regular curriculum item in various, ways. They also had the classes that would give the students an introduction to the kind of industries that we have out. As a matter of fact, there was welding. I'm sure the Cass Tech alumni don't remember that. But welding was taught at Cass Technical High School. And that's one of those introduction classes that the young people would be introduced to. Tim, the front door bells ringing. That should be our guest coming in. One of our guests coming in, yeah. So anyway, there was home economics and a little bit of sewing. There was driver's training, etc. But the classes gave the students an opportunity to learn how they should act. Because today, you see folks on the street, pants hanging down. It seems to be fading out, thank God. Pants so low that you could see the crack of their behind. Somebody lack of social skills. People walking down the street smoking marijuana. And perhaps it's better to be outside than inside, where the scent of that gets into your clothes when you aren't even trying to smoke. So anyway, the purpose for attending the school board meetings and to sign in is so that those in the audience can hear the thoughts that are being shared. It's not so much that there's a need to share with the board or the superintendent, because they seem to have their minds twisted around for some reason. But there is a definite and desperate need for people in the community to participate and find out what's going on with the children.
Yeah, definitely. It's about the children.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about what you were saying about the kids and they're walking around looking slovenly and such.
Mm-hmm.
And it just so happened a piece of the action popped up in my feed yesterday.
Oh.
And I watched it again. It's been a long time since. That's Bill Cosby, for folks who don't remember. Bill Cosby and Sidney Poitier. And they were a couple of thieves, and they were, robbing the mob and robbing banks. And James Earl Jones was a detective. And he was retiring.
Mm-hmm.
And his mother used to work in one of these centers that helped the kids.
Mm-hmm.
They were right at that teenage year where they were about to graduate and have to go out in the workforce.
Mm-hmm.
So he knew they were the ones robbing these guys. So he gave them a proposal. He said, I ain't going to send you to jail, but you're going to have to help these children learn how to deal in the real world.
Uh-oh.
And it was such a good movie because it was the same thing to kids today. They were rebellious. They didn't want to listen to these guys. And Shirley Ralph, this was when she was young. She had a mouth on her. I mean, she just told the poor teacher, just ran her up and down. The poor lady ran out the room and almost in tears. She said, "You don't know nothing about me," and blah, 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 blah. Well, these guys, they were street guys. So they knew how to deal with them. So eventually the guy said, we're going to pay y'all to act right. He said, "I'm going to give you $100 a week. You be here 4 hours a day." And they was like, the girl, "Well, I want half, first." So he said, okay. So he pulled out all the $100 bills. And he ripped them in half.
I thought you were going to say that.
And he gave them their half. He said, "When you get your act together, you'll get the other half."
All right.
And I'm telling you, it was just right now, the kids, they know what's right and wrong. But they angry. And as black folks, I understand. We angry. The older folks are angry. But we got to learn how to channel that. And that's the main thing. We got to be able to channel our anger properly so we can teach the youth to channel their anger properly so they can become adults who channel their anger properly.
Right.
And that's the main thing. So folks, check out a piece. Matter of fact,
what's the name of the movie?
Piece of the Action.
Piece of the Action.
Yes,
it sounds wonderful.
It's a real good movie.
Okay. And with that, we need to take a break to bring our guests in.
Indeed.
We'll be back momentarily.
It's the These Nuts Show with your host, Butter and friends. Butter here, magician escape artist, practicing for my show tonight. Come on in, have a seat.
All right, everybody, settle. Butter, you're on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
In a few seconds, you gotta be enough to get out of this one. Twist a little turn, ta-da! It's showtime. It's your old friend Butter here. I may be a nut, but I know to wear my mask. Please welcome my first guest tonight, fitness guru, Wally Warmer.
Wally Warmer here to tell you to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds so you will stay healthy and strong like me.
Almond Cruz here, sliding in with the news. Distance is what we must do to stay away from the chew and other germs in the air that might be trying to get on you. Social distancing is a wonderful way to see friends. As long as you're 6 feet apart, you win.
Hey there, friends. I wouldn't miss this for the world. It's me, Pumpkin Spice, your healthy girl. Remember, it's important to use your kind hearts and follow the signs to stay healthy and safe at all times.
Chica Chiminsky here to say, don't forget the little ones that need you to lead the way. That's how we remember to wash our hands, mask, and social distance today.
Morgan Raisin. Yes, it's me, here to sing about health and safety. We are all here to help get a message out to your grapevine, teaching healthy choices to stay safe all the time.
Don't let these guys drive you nuts. Put your mask on first. They'll let you be. And it keeps me safe from the
chew
that's trying to get on me.
Butter me up. She's right, you know. Thank you, Hallie Cranberry, for joining the show. Let's all be nuts about our health. Social distancing, wash your hands frequently, use hand sanitizer, and wear a mask. Practice what we learned to stay away from the chew germ. We're all in this together. Coming soon, the many adventures of these nuts in a theater near you.
I'm James Ford, founder of the Obama Weekend, and a partner of the Hood Research Team, composed of the knowledgeable Theo Broden, the super analyst Henry, and the colorful Al Martin. This team discusses politics, seen and not seen, at the national, state, and local level. But to enhance the goals of this team, join or donate to Hood Research by visiting Twitter or Facebook, or visit hoodresearch.org, or call 234-2371. You can also join Hood Research on Phonecast every Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time by calling 978-990-5000. Access code 338729. Thank you very much.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinda,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV. Watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you.
Feedback.
This is
And
Bruce
we
Simmons.
are back.
Uh-oh, wait a minute.
What? Did you?
Now we're hot.
We're hot. Okay. Nothing like being hot on a day when it's 51 degrees outside. That's what I always say. We have our guest with us, Greg McKenzie. He's from El Kebalan. And I think he wears several hats that he wants to tell us about today. He's been on with us before, and we're glad to have you back.
Well, thanks for having me. So while I'm at Kebalan Village as the deputy CEO of the program there, I'm also the president and CEO of our family accounting firm, Unicorn Unlimited, and the co-chair of the African Liberation Day Planning Committee, and many other things. But today, specifically, I'm here to talk about my role as the co-chair of the African Liberation Day Planning Committee and the events that are planned for this weekend.
Okay.
I'm
So
trying
this
to
coming
show
weekend.
the fly, but it's too much glare. Okay, though. We got something going. It's going to be a 2-day, right?
So this is a 2-day event, and we're talking May 23rd and May 24th. The first day, May 23rd, will be at the Charles H. Wright Museum. The theme this year is Pan-Africanism or Perish. And so this is a quote from Dr. John Henry Clarke. And so our goal for our keynote speaker this year, because of the red hot situation that's happening and unfolding in Africa, particularly with the Alliance of the Sahel States, Burkina Faso being the tip of that spear, we wanted to bring in Dr. Arikana Chiambori Kwao as our keynote. And that was a very ambitious goal, but we have some connections to her. It's just so happened that our timing was not fast enough to catch her before she had another obligation. So we're blessed to have in her place, and as our keynote this year, Professor Kaba Kamene, who is no slouch when it comes to Pan-Africanism, when it comes to a deep knowledge of our history from a spiritual as well as just a chronological historical perspective. Professor Kamene is one of the best that does it, and he's a prolific storyteller, so he's captivating. The audience will have a really good experience with that. So he's going to be our keynote, not to mention he's a direct student of Dr. John Henry Clarke. So that being a quote of Dr. Clarke, sometimes we make a plan, but the plan is really laid out at a level higher than what we orchestrate. So we have his student coming to deliver the Pan-Africanism or Perish message on Friday, and that's at the Charles H. Wright Museum.
And that is May the 23rd.
This Friday.
Okay, Friday, May 23rd.
And so the doors will open at 5 o'clock with an African marketplace. When we're encouraging everybody to come out an hour early and practice Ujamaa in a real way, circulate some of those black dollars. It's Friday, it's payday. If you work in that kind of platform, bring that paycheck with you and support your brothers and sisters who are out here doing handmade work and selling books and other things that enrich the community. And then at 6 o'clock, we go live with the program. Of course, we'll have all of our cultural necessities such as libations, some African drumming and dancing to open us up. We'll even have a surprise. I won't say what the surprise is. Come see it. We're going to have a surprise presentation for you as well. Somebody larger than life who will be there to raise our energy and our spirit, and then ultimately we'll turn it over to Kaba for the keynote.
Wow. Now, I should not have to say this, but give us the definition of Pan-Africanism.
Okay, beautiful. And I'm so glad that you asked me to do that, because in the morning, this is not open to the public, but in the morning we have a program where we bring in the children from the school on the Friday of African Liberation Day every year. And so it's an African Liberation Day exposure, because we don't even have enough time to really get into with them what it is and how it came to be. But we can lay some foundational facts before them to take away with them, and then let them have some fun so that they cement the moment in some participation. But one of our activities this year is to have them to crowdsource a definition of Pan-Africanism. Liberation is the other definition we want them to figure out. And I forgot the third one, but it's on the list. But Pan-Africanism was key and important to me. Pan-Africanism is a view of the world with the Africa at the center, to the point where everything that you see extends from and is connected to a root in Africa. And so a Pan-African person or ideology would demand that I identify with people of African descent, no matter where they are, whether they're on the continent or whether they're on the east side around the corner from me, to the degree that we see that that's the best part of us, and then we seek to align with others who see that and move ourselves forward as a group, as a total collective. So that's my definition of Pan-Africanism. And yeah, I'm just excited to extend this idea to more and more brothers and sisters. And at a time like right now, where we have a young leader like Ibrahim Traore boldly and defiantly standing with Mali and Niger and other places that are bringing in strong resistance in Africa, and standing up and saying, we will control our resources, we will control our destiny, we will be self-determining and self-defending, and nobody will stop that movement. And so I'm proud to be associated again with the brothers and sisters over there working hard and fighting that fight.
And you know, I think that we need to promote Kwanzaa and the Kwanzaa season, I guess if you use that word, because of the fact that it starts December the 26th and goes through New Year's Day.
Sure.
People don't seem to give it the same kind of reverence as they should. And now that it is not at the museum, Dr. Charles Wright Museum of African American History, that seems to dampen it a bit. But we have to continue pressing for it to be at the museum for the 7 whole days.
That's right.
Of that practice.
And I think that was the breaking point when the museum decided to not have it for the 7 days. The community response was to find another community host. And so they did so and continued right forward with the tradition of celebrating Kwanzaa over at King Solomon Church, and then last year at the Mami Imani Humphrey Banquet Hall above the Food Commons. So
that was very nice, but we should have protested the museum until they acted like they had some sense.
You know, brother, I just want to say, we were just talking about politics. And we got a Congressional Black Caucus. That's supposed to be the caucus that represents black people in this country. But we don't have a connection to the African diaspora like we should with our own politicians, which is why when you speak Pan-Africanism, then everybody like they got in their hoteps and all this other stuff they call people. So they kind of minimize the whole African piece. And I think the main thing is we got to understand what the diaspora means. It mean everybody that came from Africa ended up on all these other shores, whether it's in South America, the West Indies, all over, black people. Africa, the Genesis, thus Pan-Africanism. So we all African, and you know, we got a lot of people that they did a lot to us to really take our African heritage from us. So we don't feel the connection that we should. And Africa is a continent. It's got 54 countries. There's always something going on. And there's different people over there. You got an Arab part of Africa. Then you got, over there where Somalia and the Sudan. On that eastern end of Africa is a little different than the West Africa, where mainly we came from. So it's a lot of different dynamics in Africa in and of itself, which is why we need a Cuban Line centers and things like this to teach people what Africa is all about, what the history of Africa is, and how it deals in the history of this world. Because we know in Egypt, they even created Egyptology just to study Egypt. But the rest of Africa, they're almost like they forget it even exists. So that's the main thing we got to work on. Because my cousin, one of my cousins was a Pan-African in the Pan-African movement in the 50s and 60s, Alphaeus Hunting. And I mean, a lot of us got people that was doing things, used to be assistant dean at Howard University. People were doing things, but then we forgot all about that. People forget W.B. Du Bois moved to Africa, and that's where he passed away.
That's right.
Because he got tired of this foolishness. Randall Robinson, he left over, went over to Africa and wrote a book called The Debt and said, look, y'all need to pay us these reparations so we can get out of here. So, hey, brother, I'm just like, look, folks, is this free? This a free event?
Everything is free.
Okay.
So the African Liberation Day Planning Committee is a committee of grassroots organizations. 40-plus organizations come together every year, and they put $100 in to a pot, and we use that to fund this activity so that it's completely free to the community. And the Charles H. Wright Museum, in an attempt to get back into a alignment with the community, is coming in and donating the use of the theater as a partner in this event, and also provide an additional $2,000 to help to finance the bringing in speakers, accommodations, and all of the rest of the stuff that goes into that. So that makes this thing a free thing on Friday, and then on Saturday it's also free.
Okay, we're going to get to Saturday because Tim said we up against the break. So
okay, right on.
Over for another 15 minutes on the backside till our extra guests come.
Okay.
So, Miss Bro, take us to the break.
Well, for all of you out there, refresh your orange juice, your coffee, your milk. Call somebody, tell them to tune in and learn more about El Kibalon, the students, Pan-Africanism, and the events that are going to take place May 23rd and May 24th. And we'll be back momentarily.
I'm James Ford, founder of the Obama Weekend, and a partner of the Hood Research Team, composed of the knowledgeable Theo Broughton, the super analyst Henry, and the colorful Al Martin. This team discusses politics, seen and not seen, at the national, state, and local level. But to enhance the goals of this team, join or donate to Hood Research by visiting Twitter or Facebook, or visit hoodresearch.org, or call 248-234-2371. You can also join Hood Research on Phonecast every Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time by calling 978-990-5000, access code 338729. Thank you very much.
This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit Ombudsman. I am here to address all of your complaints and concerns. If you need assistance regarding city services, please contact my office at 313-224-6000 or contact us via email at ombudsman@detroitmi.gov. This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit Ombudsman.
I've always been a runner, but I've never run from anything, and neither has my city.
Do you want to be a Detroit police officer?
Sir, yes, sir!
Amen!
It's something special to protect the people closest to you, the ones you've known all your life, your neighbors, your friends. I was born in this city, and I'm not going anywhere. This is my home. That's why I wear the shield.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinda,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV. Watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback.
And remember to take us along with you. I have to mention before we get back into our discussion that today is the birthday of Malcolm X. He would be 100 years old today. Did you want to say something about Malcolm X?
I just like to say, the thing to me that stood out after reading his autobiography was he said he never went anywhere without a watch. And neither do I. Because he said he always wanted to know what time it was. He said it showed that you were somebody, your time was valuable. Okay? So I always tell the young guys, because, they say, well, I got the phone tell me what time it is. Yeah, but then your phone run out of juice. And now you don't know. Wear a watch. Because I sell them to everybody at my job. Like, look, man, if you don't have a watch, I'll give you one for $20. That meant a lot to me. So Malcolm had a lot of gems, and I recommend that all the children, right around 15, 16, read the autobiography of
Malcolm X.
That's a starter.
All right. And I want to let you know that we're back with our guest, Greg McKenzie, and he shared with us all the wonderful things that are going to happen the 23rd and the 24th of this month with sponsored by El Kibbulah and others.
Yeah, so the African Liberation Day Planning Committee, which Al Kibbulah Village is a member of, and 40-plus other organizations, we producing the African Liberation Day celebration this year. Mm-hmm. So this really, just to do a quick brief history, this goes back to 1972, San Francisco and Washington, D.C. The first African Liberation Day celebration was held there. And then in 73, Detroit had an African Liberation Day celebration here and has had one every year uninterrupted for the last 52 years. So I've had the pleasure of being the co-chair for the past 11 years and continuing the work that many people have poured into before me. But day 2 of African Liberation Day is going to be a full day of cultural immersion and just mixing with our brothers and sisters from all over the continent. What do I mean by that? So my sister Sadie Sarr has an organization called ABISA. ABISA works with African immigrants. So a lot of people are up in arms about what's going on with the folks in Southwest. But we got people who are Africans who are under the same kinds of persecution from this administration, and there's very little being said about that. But what I do want to say is ABISA works hard on behalf of that community on a daily basis. And just a quick demographic stat, there's about 17 to 18,000 Africans living in the metropolitan Detroit area.
Give us an idea where these Africans from, because I know a lot of regions got certain type of Africans that come.
So right, so most of them are from West Africa, primarily Senegal, Nigeria, Ghana, but we do have some Cameroonians. We have some from Far East Africa, but the primary distribution is within those West African nations. Senegal is probably the closest, shortest flight that you can get from Africa to America. So we have Sadie herself is Senegalese. We have many Senegalese connections, but they're going to be here with us, and so you're going to see an African Liberation Day that includes the Black community, the African community from Detroit, as well as the African community from the diaspora. And then my brothers and sisters from the islands, I can't forget all of the islands, the places that the brother described, the diaspora, all of the places that they sprinkled us along their way of this, genocidal ma'afa that they put down on our people. All of them will be a part of this. We're going to have a Pan-African food fight on Friday. So Saturday. Saturday starts at 10 in the morning, and it ends at 4. This is a whole day of activities. We start out with a march. We have 56 flags. There are 54 for Africa, but then we have our red, black, and green flag from Marcus Garvey, and then we have Haiti is bringing their flag. So far, we have 54 56 flags that we will march around the Alkebulan Village community, led by our community drummers. And we will say, the powerful chants that lift us up and raise our energies and call the community to action. We'll circle a few blocks, come back to the main space, get to the stage, have Professor Kaba Kamene bring us some greetings and remarks.
So we're going to speak both days?
Both days.
Okay. Let everybody know now. Don't get confused, folks. The second day is not going to be at the Charles H. Wright, right?
It's at Alkebulan Village, 7701 Harper, right off of Van Dyke, Detroit, Michigan, 48213. So he'll come, he'll bring greetings, and then after that, we start like a full campus of activities. The Pan-African Food Fight is like this. 5 vendors from various different food traditions will make small plates, meaning that you could purchase for $5 to $7 so that you can get a sample of what their entree is like. So we got Jamaican Pot doing Jamaican food. We have Trini Gold doing traditional Trinidadian cuisine. We have confirmation from Chef Z. Many of y'all might know Mama Shu. If you ever see Chef Z, you're going to think you saw Mama Shu. That's her daughter. She's going to bring some soul food. And then we have some Nigerian food and some Haitian food. The names of the vendors I don't know, but you'll be able to get a taste of the diaspora by going around and trying these small plates. Now, you'll receive a ticket every purchase that you make where you can make a vote. That vote will go into a pot. And at the end, we will announce a People's Choice winner for this year who will receive a $250 cash prize and an award that has a solidarity fist, and it describes what it's all about. It's the Pan-African Food Fight. So this is an exciting activity just to get us to immerse ourselves in the culture, get a taste of the flavor of the diaspora from all of the different angles and corners that we are. And then from the Pan-African Food Fight, we'll have a diasporic DJ battle. So we got 8 DJs spinning for 15 minutes each over the course of 2 hours. And so you'll hear some soca, you'll hear some Afro beats, you'll hear some Amapiano, you'll hear some hip hop, you'll hear some old school. We're going to bring the sound of the diaspora into the space through this DJ battle.
Let me slow down because you're moving fast, baby.
Because it's a lot to cover.
What is compa? It says here that's going to be one of the music genres that y'all going to be having on there. I'm still learning. Okay.
I'm still learning. So I will see that day what this is. Our marketing team has articulated, the different things that will be available. And so together, me and you, we'll find out what COPPA is. And then there'll be an open mic. So, our talent is full of community. I mean, our community is full of talent. And but that's beautiful how that came out inside out. But the point is, we want to have everybody who wants to get up and maybe share a poem or song or anything that they feel is relevant to the moment. I feel through these cultural expressions, we'll see more of our commonality than our differences. Because even in the African community, I speak with my sister Sadie, it's splinters within the African immigration community. We know Africa is, a continent. 54 nations. In some nations, you probably got 100 tribes and communities with different languages and customs and social mores and all of that. So this whole event is intended to sort of bring us together on our common points, but celebrate our differences and enjoy them with each other. Political education learning circles. Some people might want to go to the DJ battle. Some people might want to do something more intellectual. So we'll have these conversations occurring. Case in point, we got a brother, Al Hussein Uba, who's in Senegal, but he spent some time here in Detroit. He had a social media platform called One Africa. It was an alternative to Facebook and all of those other things, and it was Pan-African, intended to bring Africans to this platform to get a profile and then talk about what you do, your business, and network with brothers and sisters from the diaspora, right? To stimulate trade, to stimulate cultural exchange, all of that. And so he's now in Senegal. He's going to come and do via satellite a political education workshop. My daughter, who's currently living in Tanzania, she moved there 2 years ago. She does workshops where she explains to people what it's like to repatriate to another country and to what are the things you should look out for and all of this kind of stuff. So these types of conversations will be happening in the political education learning circles. Then, of course, the marketplace. Our community is full of talent. We got to have our vendors being supported. People are hand making all kinds of beautiful things, writing books, clothes, food. All of that will be present in the marketplace. And then last but not least, organization recruitment tables. Get involved, do something. We're bringing people to the table who necessarily are not in organizations, who necessarily not in the quote unquote movement, but want to be, maybe need to be, get connected to an organization. These tables will give you an opportunity to see who's doing what work around the community. As I mentioned, there's 43 grassroots organizations that come together annually to produce this. Many of them will have a table there. You can stop by that table, get some information, find out how you can get involved. So that's Saturday. It's going to be a fast-moving, robust day of activity. And also, last but not least, that's not mentioned on here, there'll be a Watoto village. So in Swahili, Watoto is children. There'll be a place dedicated specifically to the children to do crafts and African liberation-based activities, but in a child-based or focused way.
And you mentioned Friday and Saturday, and now I want to repeat once again, Friday the 23rd starts at what time?
Friday the 23rd starts at 5 p.m. with the marketplace at the Charles H. Wright Museum. Program will start promptly at 6 o'clock.
Okay. And the Saturday, the program, that's May the 24th, it starts at what time?
Saturday's program at Alkebulan Village starts at 10 a.m. And it will end around 4. If the spirit's high, it might end at 5 or 6.
Does the parade start at 10?
It doesn't start at 10, but probably about 10:30. So we'll start to assemble at 10, and you know how we do. We fizzle in, and so it might not be to 11 when we take off, but we don't want to motivate you to take your time. Please get there because we have to get the program started, and the parade or the march is what starts that program.
Okay. Now, on Friday, the location is the historic King Solomon Baptist Church.
No. Friday's at the museum.
Friday's at the Charles Wright Museum?
Friday's at the Charles H. Wright Museum.
Oh, really? So they're doing something that's right for you. Okay, Friday, May the 23rd, is at the Dr. Charles Wright Museum of African American History on East Warren Avenue.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, 315 East Warren. 7701 Harper for Alkebulan on Saturday.
Saturday, 10 o'clock in the morning.
And then that morning program, just to circle back real quick, that we're going to have, it's going to be a great program. The children will be participating in it, but I think you should know about it because as you talked about diaspora, that was the third word that they're going to be defining from crowdsourcing: Pan-Africanism, liberation, and diaspora. But after they do that activity, then they're going to get immersed in African drum and dance. For the first time, children will be coming up, many of them playing the drum, dancing with seasoned instructors who show them and walk them through doing that. And then after they finish that activity, there'll be a fashion show, impromptu, on the spot, with our design extraordinaire, Jo Ma Wu. If anybody knows that name, then you know that she's one of the best in the city as far as making clothing out of mud cloth and other African fabrics. And then we'll end it with a partnership with Umoja Debate League, where they will do a If I Ruled the World speech with the children. They'll bring a number of children into a space, prepare them to make a brief speech, and then they'll prepare that speech. So we're feeling like if we set them up with these definitions at the beginning of the program, immerse them in the culture through the drum and the dance, let them feel the beauty of who we are through the fashion show, this If I Ruled the World speech will be a beautiful cap on all of that and send them back to school on fire about what African liberation is about.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah.
So that's the morning.
Now, how many African Center schools do we have now here in Detroit?
So I know we got Paul Robeson, Malcolm X, and I know we have Marcus Garvey. Those are the DPS African Center schools.
Now, do we still have the Amani Temple?
Barack Obama Leadership Academy used to be Timbuktu Academy. They're an African Center school, but besides those three, I don't know of any.
Okay. Now, are they a part of this too?
All of the schools, yeah. Those schools will be the ones coming out to the program. Barack Obama Leadership is bringing students, and Paul Robeson, Malcolm X to the museum.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about, folks.
And at Alkebulan, that's who we really partner with. I mean, we pick up students from the schools in our neighborhood, but when it comes to special events like today, when I leave here, we have a Malcolm X event at the Village from 10 to 2 with students from Paul Robeson, Malcolm X.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you, you got to come out.
It is.
I mean, it's free to come out. That way you can use your money to try some of this food.
That's right.
It's going to be delicious.
Right.
And I'm telling you, it's just something to do.
Oh, and
Get up
speaking
early.
of food, will Brittany be up there at that time for Saturday?
I'm sure she will. I'm sure she will.
Oh,
We'll both find out because I didn't get a confirmation from her.
Uh-huh.
Our focus was so driven toward African-based cuisines, and even though Brittany's pizza is incredible, you know, pizza is not in the African.
Right. She got the African pieces.
You know, it's not. But I mean, she put a spin on it that I don't think nowhere in Italy or anywhere else they might have thought it came from could
Very
touch.
good. That's right. And then the mushroom it tastes like chicken. Oh, that's fantastic.
Chicken wings, WENGS. Yeah, she got.
yeah.
There's cars lined up like we're giving something away on Sundays.
What am I missing? Mushrooms that taste like chicken wings.
Yes.
So it's called Village Pizza. It's a collaboration between It's Food Detroit, a sister named Brittany March, and Alkebulan Village. And for the last 5 years, we've been doing Detroit-style pizza as a pop-up to incubate her business. That's one of our activities: youth development, business development, and community development. So under our business development, she's our current incubation candidate. She's on her way to having a brick and mortar in the next 18 months.
Oh, that's I'm looking forward to.
I kind of like just the idea of popping up.
Yeah,
Just as long as we know where we can find you.
No doubt.
Yes.
Once you get a brick and mortar, then it's like people get too used to you being in one spot. It's just more exciting. You get all the hot spots.
Oh
Yeah, she's been wildly successful. She's had Bon Appetit magazine was just in a few weekends ago, taking some pictures,
really,
and writing a story on her. She's been
That's
in the
international.
Yeah, she's been on the New York Times. Like they found her pizza is so good, it's found its way around the country for people to come find her and do articles.
Oh, wonderful.
It's not just us who feel like that. Everybody who has an experience with her food has that same response.
Right. And I'm looking forward to one day when she can be on with us.
She would love that. You know, she has a day job currently that keeps her locked down
was
at this time of the day.
Right. That's been the that has been the problem.
But when she's able to break forward with the pizza, maybe she'll have an opportunity to do that.
Or one day, if there is a Monday holiday, she may be able to come because
that's a good idea.
we're here on Monday regardless.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. We always here. On Monday, folks.
That's right.
9 a.m. to 10:30
That's
religiously.
Right. That's right.
The Beatty next week. I'm telling you, we alternate and have a ball. So you never know who you're going to get. All kind of guests that just make things happen. And that's the main thing about Hood Research, brother and kids. We trying to pull everybody together. The next guest coming on, Brother Jawan Howard, about to open up a bookstore on Juneteenth. It's going to be hot. That's why you guys can meet if you don't know each other already. Black Men Build is the organization. I mean, we got cats doing things.
That's right.
And with this being the celebration of Malcolm X's birthday,
yes,
we all know that's what this was all about anyway.
That's
right. We hated that they broke up, Martin over here and Malcolm over there and the nation. Everybody brought ideas that were necessary, to get things done. And that's the main thing. You just can't just be in one piece. You got to understand it's the whole compendium of ideas that's going to make this thing make sense in the end, because we in a battle right now.
Absolutely.
And the war is intended to be fought from multiple fronts, right?
Exactly.
So if you're going the same way with your strategy, you're an easy
opponent. Right. Easy target. Right.
Yeah. Now, is there a number if anyone has any other information they should call?
Yes, if you want more information about the event, you can call me directly at 313-578-1300. Again, that's 313-578-1300. If you're a vendor, there are still a few marketplace spaces available. The vending tables are $50 per day. Both days is $75. So there's an opportunity here. There will be a large crowd of people. There's always a few hundred people at both events. So come out, connect with the community, and let's do it.
Yeah.
And can I interject that if someone needs an accountant, that they can call Greg McKenzie?
Absolutely. So that's really what I do.
Oh, okay.
This is where my heart is. This is my passion work, how I feed my family and also honor my mother's legacy because I'm a second-generation accountant, and my mother's an ancestor. She started this business for our family. I run the family business. And so we have an accounting firm on 7 Mile and Woodward. We take care of nonprofit organizations, small businesses, startups, and individuals.
Well, get an address and number for that because, some of us still ain't done our taxes.
Okay, no problem. I hope you got an extension. 18820 Woodward Avenue is the address. 18820 Woodward Avenue. That's Suite 102, Detroit, Michigan, 48203. So if you know what a water station is, you know what Dutch Girl Donuts is. I'm right in between both.
Okay. And what's the phone number?
Phone number again, 313-578-1300. Again, that's 313-578-1300.
All right. And I want to thank you, Greg McKenzie, for being with us today.
Thank you for having me again.
Yeah, we look forward to you coming with some additional dates in the future.
You can't see that. Absolutely. It says Pan-Africanism or perish. Okay, so folks, we gonna what that mean to me is either we gonna get together or it's gonna be the end for us. Because we running out of time for all this individualism, like you said, that ain't doing us no good.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's about collective work and responsibility.
That's it. Ujima.
All right.
Yes, indeed.
Right. So we are now going to.
No, we got 10 minutes. We got 5 more minutes to bounce us around before we go to the break. Bring on Brother Juwan Howard.
Okay.
And so I'm just like, look, like you say, you teaching the kids. You know, and Keebalan Center been around a long time.
47 years to be exact.
Yes, indeed. And have you always been at that location?
No, that location 40 years.
40 years, okay. Well, that's long enough right there. 40 years. That police on the east
side. That's a very long time, man. They watched the neighborhood change completely.
Now, how many people would you say? How many kids that come in through there?
So there's a stat that's out there about our Keebalan Village because it's more than just what happens at the building. There's a lot of outreach. There's a lot of work at schools, big conferences. So 250,000 youth and families over the course of the 47-year history have been served by our Keebalan Village.
That's amazing. Wow.
So they've had a tremendous reach, and there's a tremendous alumni. People come in there every day and say, Mama Gail here, Infodisha Cofield here, and they're 30, 40 years old, and they have tears in their eyes about what our Keebalan did for them as a child, and how it set for a path for their life before them. My daughter's in Tanzania right now because of her exposure to our culture through our Keebalan Village and other community organizations like that. So that work is just, we don't know who it's impacting how, but it's critically important.
That is wonderful.
We just got to get an understanding, Ms. Broden, because I think in too many ways we still been affected by this whole European media about what Africa is, from Tarzan to wars, and there's a lot of stuff going on, coups and all kind of stuff happen over there, and they make movies about all of the tragedies all the time that happen in Africa, the Hutus and the Tutsis and all that foolishness. But in the end, this is our origin spot. This is the origin in the entire world, even though the world don't want to admit it.
Science has forced them to.
Yes. So we know, the main thing is we got to take it in our hearts.
That's it.
And believe, that's where I am, that's who I am. And that if we all really had that heartfelt connection to one another, I don't think they can really touch us, Brother McKenzie.
I mean, I think that's our superpower. If you look at us all over the diaspora, wherever you find us, we are very spiritual people. And it is the spiritual part of us that is the strongest muscle, in my opinion, because when you look at the Haitian Revolution, it was their indomitable spirit. They didn't have military might and over what the French were coming with, but the spirit of the people would not be defeated, and they kicked them out of there. And so, it's that strong, deep spirituality. You go into a black church, whether you're a Christian or not, you're going to feel a strong current of a power and a force. This is what is in us as Africans, and I think that we have to use this as a strong force to pull us together and then repel those forces that wish to push us down or keep us down, because they done already pushed us down.
Right.
Miss Bruin. We got 2 minutes before we get to the break. And I just like to say, folks, it's pronounced Cabernet, right?
Cabernet. My understanding is Caba Cabernet.
Caba Cabernet. Cabernet, I'm sorry. Folks, a lot of times you'll see this guy on the internet because he all over the internet. And now you get a chance to meet him in person. And this is rare. He don't come to Detroit that often. I ain't seen him in Detroit too many times.
It's been about 15 years.
There we go. So this is your chance to meet somebody that's been in the movement a long time.
And his son will be here with him. And he's vowed, Caba has vowed that he's going to be at the Saturday program the entire day. So most speakers, when you bring them in, they want to fly right in and fly right out.
What they got to say. And
he's coming a day early, and he's leaving a day after because he wants to be here the entire Friday in both programs, and he wants to be here all Saturday.
Wow.
So you'll get to spend a day with Professor Caba. He's a very down-to-earth brother, and he loves community.
Ms. Broom, take us to the break.
Wow. Well, it is, as you said, it's going to be an exciting day, an exciting program, and it has started off that way. And I want to thank you, Greg McKenzie, for being with us this morning.
Thanks again for having me.
We're looking forward to you being with us again. All right. And for those of you out there, refresh your orange juice, your coffee, your milk. Call somebody. Tell them what wonderful information we're sharing right here. Hood Research on Feedback. And we'll be back momentarily.
It's the These Nuts Show with your host, Butter and friends. Butter here, magician escape artist, practicing for my show tonight. Come on in, have a seat.
All right, everybody settle. Butter, you're on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
In a few seconds, you gotta be enough to get out of this one. Twist a little turn, ta-da! It's showtime. It's your old friend Butter here. I may be a nut, but I know to wear my mask. Please welcome my first guest tonight, fitness guru, Wally Wallnut.
Wally Wallnut here to tell you to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds so you will stay healthy and strong like me.
Almond Cruz here, sliding in with the news. Distance is what we must do to stay away from the chew and other germs in the air that might be trying to get on you. Social distancing is a wonderful way to see friends. As long as you're 6 feet apart, you win.
Hey there, friends. I wouldn't miss this for the world. It's me, Pumpkin Spice, your healthy girl. Remember, it's important to use your kind hearts and follow the signs to stay healthy and safe at all times.
Chica Chiminsky here to say, don't forget the little ones that need you to lead the way. That's how we remember to wash our hands, mask, and social distance today.
Morgan Raisin. Yes, it's me, here to sing about health and safety. We are all here to help get a message out to your grapevine, teaching healthy choices to stay safe all the time.
Don't let these guys drive you nuts. Put your mask on first. They'll let you be. And it keeps me safe from the
chew
that's trying to get on me.
Butter me up. She's right, you know. Thank you, Hallie Cranberry, for joining the show. Let's all be nuts about our health. Social distancing, wash your hands frequently, use hand sanitizer, and wear a mask. Practice what we learned to stay away from the germs. We're all in this together. Coming soon, the many adventures of these nuts in a theater near you.
I've always been a runner, but I've never run from anything, and neither has my city.
Do you want to be a Detroit police officer?
Sir, yes, sir.
Amen.
It's something special to protect the people closest to you, the ones you've known all your life, your neighbors, your friends. I was born in this city, and I'm not going anywhere. This is my home. That's why I wear the shield.
WGPR Detroit HD2.
You're watching WHPS, Highland Park, Detroit.
This is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinga.
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
A positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV. Watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback, feedback, feedback.
And we are back. Whew. It's been really exciting this morning.
Yes, it did.
Now, your turn to introduce our next guest.
Ooh, I'm excited. This brother here, young brother, making lots of moves, folks. Juwan Howard, he done it all. Author, about to open up a bookstore, a member of Black Men Build, and he just moderated a mayor's forum. Lord have mercy, folks. Brother Juwan Howard is in the building on feedback. Say hello to our listeners and viewers.
Good morning, everybody. I'm glad to be here. I'm excited, and thank you for the platform.
Mm-hmm. Now tell us, who is Juwan Howard?
So I'm a 27-year-old. I like to call myself a native son of Detroit. I'm the founder of a nonprofit called Umoja Debate League, where we teach young people, middle schoolers and high schoolers, how to debate and articulate themselves and build confidence as public speakers. As a byproduct of that, we started a community garden in my childhood neighborhood on Puritan and Schaefer called Umoja Village. From there, 1 block away, I purchased a building, and that will become the Howard Family Bookstore that is set to open up on Juneteenth.
Now that's on Puritan and...
So the exact street is Puritan and LeSure,
Okay,
13803
Puritan
Puritan.
Puritan,
Yep.
yeah, Puritan and LeSure, near Jules' house. I have a question. Do you grow beets?
No, so actually last year we tried. Last year we tried to grow beets. They weren't as successful. So far we've grown cucumbers, we've grown bell peppers, carrots, garlic, collards.
Yeah.
We grew some spinach, some tomatoes. I'm probably missing some things that we've grown up to this point, but yeah, we've grown a nice amount of stuff.
Yes, I see. Oh, very good, very good. I just happen to be looking for not just the beets, but the beet greens. That's what seems to be. I
Leaves
don't
on
know.
the beets, huh?
You're right, right.
Okay.
Folks don't understand how delicious they are, so they put them in a compost or something
Yep.
crazy. Take 3 beets, tie them together, and I'm like, that's not what I'm looking for. I mean, I like beets, but anyway.
Yeah.
Tell us about the bookstore.
Yes. So it's a whole full-blown story to the bookstore. I'm an author myself. I was on the show.
Folks, this is
Tell
one
us
that-
about those.
If you call in today,
Uh-oh.
join Hood Research. I want to join Hood Research.
Yes.
You get this book free. And I'm telling you, this is what you need for your child about to go off to school. A message to black college students. This gentleman, this is a great book. I've read it myself. And call and say, I want to join Hood Research. Get this book free. It's a gift.
So
Numbers on the screen.
Numbers on screen, 313-868-4336.
Yep.
And my favorite is 313-868-0351. So
All right.
call on in and say, look, I'm going to join Hood Research all because I want that book by Brother Juwan Howard.
That's right. Engineer. The doorbell engineer. Okay.
So I wrote that book back in 2020, and I always enjoy reading myself. I'm really big on history. I like learning about the past, connecting it to the future, and the present. And so with that, I wanted to be able to pour that back into more Detroit youth. And I started off, I used to build the free little libraries, the little free little library book houses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got one over in our neighborhood over on Esper.
So I started off building those on Puritan back in 2021.
Okay.
I didn't have the money to buy a building or open a bookstore business, so that was just a small way to get something going.
I've donated free books to some of those too.
No, they're a cool, book exchange. Good books you might not have known about, or you might not have the money to go and buy something new. You look through there and it's free.
Right.
So I started off building those. That was in 2021. And then, like I said, I kind of started my organization and got some other things going on. And then I was able to purchase this building, and it was the perfect location. It's about 6 blocks away from where I grew up at. This building sat vacant for about 20 years. So this is a full-blown renovation that we're doing to this building. Again, right in my childhood neighborhood. And the goal with it is to push literacy, but to also change the culture of that community, to show folks that reading is cool. Right? Reading is cool. It's all right for us to be able to have a space for us to meet that we can be proud of, and all the other things that a bookstore brings to that area. So not only will it sell books, but we'll sell other like refreshments such as coffee and tea and healthy juices, things like that. We're going to have programming in there for kids, how to write your own story. Yeah, so it'll be a wide variety of things that take place inside the bookstore. The main thing being the books.
Right.
But I'm trying to give the community a full-blown, holistic, cultural experience.
At 27 years old.
Yes, indeed. Age ain't nothing but a number. Ain't that what they say?
I'm extremely impressed. 27 years old. Did you hear that? Somebody call in.
Yes,
Listen,
indeed. Yes,
I don't want to go any farther. Please look at the affirmation book. And what is your birthday now?
December 15th.
December the 15th.
Let's go.
I want to know who will it be on December the 15th?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm
my
sure
goodness.
It's some very special folks.
Yeah.
Each day is special.
When did you get I don't know how to say it. The idea. Idea is a small word, but when were you blessed with the motivation to make this a mission of yours? That's what it is, a mission. You're on a mission.
That's a good question. I think it was probably, I can't just pinpoint one single instance. I think it's a combination of life experiences, people pouring into me, whether that was from my school I went to, John R. King Elementary and middle school.
And where's that located?
So it 2 locations, right? So when I used to be on 6 Mile in Cheyenne, in between Myers and Schaefer.
Okay.
Cheyenne is the same exact block that I grew up on. So it was a whole entire community feel to it. The house I grew up in, my great-grandparents bought that house. They were the first ever owners. So in that whole entire community, it was kind of people wrapped their arms around me and my family. So a combination of the school, combination of community, combination of family, some life experience in there. I was the president of the Black Student Union when I was in college at Western Michigan University. So that kind of gave me a collective idea about what we needed to move forward as a people. To me, I mean, I can't pinpoint one single instance, but I'm a combination of all of the experiences and people that have poured into me over time.
Wow. Oh.
Well.
Wow.
We got a real heavy hitter on your birthday.
Who is it?
Now, he wasn't born on this day. Noble Sissel.
Okay.
Band leader, lyricist, actor, and producer. Went to DePaul University and Butler University. He toured on the Chattanooga circuit with the Thomas Hine Jubilee Singers from 1911 to 1913.
Wow.
Now, what he did on this date was he founded the Negro Actors Guild in 1937. So he was a heavy hitter.
1937.
Yes, indeed. Becoming his first president. And he wrote columns for the New York Age and Amsterdam News. That's back when we used to have them black newspapers that were big.
Yeah.
Large circulation. So that's a connection to what you doing.
That is a connection.
And then also, Reggie Hudlin. That's a brother you do know. Hudlin, Hollywood film producer, was born in Centerville, Illinois on your birthday in 1961. And in 1985, a lot of people might not know this, J. Bruce Llewellyn and Julius Erving became owners of the Philadelphia Coca-Cola Bottling Company. So that was when they were giving a lot of minorities some shrift, some love.
Yeah.
And they were able to get one of them bottling facilities. And,
Dr. J.
Dr. J. Coca-Cola had to do something to show some love to minority businesses.
Yeah.
Because we drink a lot of Coca-Cola.
Right.
And the rest of that stuff. So, yeah.
Wow.
So all of those people to me, just like you.
Man, I appreciate
making it
that.
happen, and that's important.
Wow.
I appreciate that.
And you know, another group that you involved with, and we got their magazine. Somebody just dropped them off. It's Black Men Build.
Black Men Build.
Thing. That's the magazine for wartime. You can't hardly see it because of the glare. And you guys got something either coming up or just had something.
Yep, we did. We had an informational this past Saturday.
Okay.
So we invited some folks out to get familiar with the organization, who we are, what we do, why we do it.
So talk to us. What is Black Men?
Exactly. So Black Men Build is a political organization that is aimed. It's a national organization with hubs in different cities: Detroit, Atlanta, Miami, Milwaukee, Los Angeles, New York. It's a bunch that I'm probably missing, but our goal is to make Black men more active and to build power. That's political power, that is economic power, that is people power. We do that through very specific programming that we have with our brothers. So we look at the holistic, condition of the Black man, the Black community, and we find out ways, strategic ways, to make that better. Again, sometimes that includes policy work. Sometimes that includes men getting together, having a men's circle where we talk about our issues and how to resolve them in a unified manner. And sometimes that might mean just being present for one another. So we look at the conditions that we're in.
They got a little glare. There we go.
Yeah, we look at the conditions that we're in and then how to move forward. And so right now, again, this past Saturday, we just had an informational where we had some men come out and learn about it. And it's not, and I don't want the name to deceive anybody. This is also an organization for our sisters to come and be a part of as well. The origin story of it, back in 2020 during the pandemic, some sisters were doing some work and they were saying, we need the brothers to step up as well. And that prompted some brothers down in Miami to get together and start this. And here we are 5 years later, standing strong with over 10 chapters in different cities, hundreds of brothers being engaged. And hopefully we're doing the work to, advance our community, our culture, our people.
I'm going to give y'all the names of the cities because I know it ain't easy to remember all of them. But you got New Orleans, the Big Easy folks. Raleigh, North Carolina. Dallas, Texas. Of course, Detroit. Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Columbus, Ohio. Not too far. St. Louis, Missouri, in the Show Me State. Atlanta, Georgia. Los Angeles. And Miami. So that's, nationwide.
Yeah.
Very few organizations that's nationwide for the brothers.
Absolutely.
This is good.
And so and so if you're interested in joining Black Men Build, we can be found on Facebook at Black Men Build. Our website is blackmen.build. Then our Instagram is Black Men Build DET, so short for Detroit. Black Men Build DET. You shoot us a DM or a message. We'll get back with you about our next event. Come out, meet some of the brothers, figure out a way to get engaged.
Yeah, I posted it on the page, the Hood Research page.
Yep.
Doing good work.
Yeah, you have a regular, is it weekly or monthly meeting?
Yep. So we have.
When?
Yep. So every first and third Tuesday we have what's called our men's circle. That's where the men get together. We literally form a circle and we have some conversation around various topics. So that's every first and third Tuesday, and that takes place. The location changes. So if you find us on our website or our social medias, we'll be able to get you the exact location. We're going to be more consistent with the location moving forward, but right now we're just in the transition of spaces. Yep.
Okay.
Without a doubt, beautiful thing. And the brother that just left here,
Sloan.
No,
Yeah.
Brother McKenzie,
Oh.
that was just on. They already know each other.
Yeah.
So we know that these guys been doing good work out here in the city. Everybody out here connecting, getting things done. So I'm sure it's going to be some brothers from Black Men Build at the function at the Cuban line on Friday and Saturday because they always doing great things out here.
That's a good point you made. Brother McKenzie, when he mentioned, we're actually partnering with him for that Who I Am, If I Ruled the World speech that's taking place on Friday. Yeah, so again, outside of the bookstore, I run the organization Umoja Debate League, and we teach young people about speech and debate, both of them, speech and debate. And Brother McKenzie hit me up a few weeks back, said, hey, we're doing this. I want to include you in the program somehow, some way.
Okay.
And we had the idea to have the kids give the If I Ruled the World speech. So through my organization, we teach kids the basics about public speaking, body language, eye contact, enunciation of your words, speaking tone, speaking pace. We're going to pour all those skills into the babies on Friday, and we're going to let them go out on the stage and give a speech. So we're going to be the ones that's actually prepping them for that speech. So we're collaborating already.
Oh, that's great.
Yep.
See how it all come together.
Yep.
Bro.
Oh, definitely.
Feedback, folks. Now, somebody call in. what I'm gonna do is you call in, you're gonna get a free copy of this here. We're gonna get a copy of the Wartime magazine from Black Men Build. They also got an interview in here with Cornel West.
Oh.
Folks. All right. He ran for president. Some of y'all might have forgotten that.
Yes.
But man.
And you all brought up something pretty important too. That I did moderate the mayoral forum.
Yes. I was just looking at that on my phone. Right. It's on the 15th there, and I see Freeman Hendrick was a moderator.
He was.
And the other sister, the Portia sister.
Yes.
And
yes.
What did you get? What kind of feel did you get for these various candidates? Now, who showed up? Did all of them show up?
No, only 4 showed up. But I believe that this event, they brought me on board to moderate it back in February. Mm-hmm. So some of the candidates that ended up kind of announcing they were running came after that date. So, of course, they weren't able to, attend. Gotcha. But the attendees were Mary Sheffield, Santil Jenkins, Fred Durhall, and then Attorney Todd Perkins. Those were the 4 that were there. And the questions that it was a variety of questions that we had. A few of my questions, I'll let you know. Some of mine were one was about the tale of 2 Detroits, one that's thriving, one surviving. I wanted to know how the mayor, that the candidate, would close that gap in terms of housing, economic opportunities, things like that. And the answers were all right. Another one was around education. I mentioned while the mayor does not control the Detroit public school system, they do control the budget in all city departments.
Right.
So what does youth development look like outside the classroom under your administration? So it's a variety of questions around education, economic opportunity, safety was touched on during the forum. It was a variety of different things that they answered questions on.
And, Ms. Brown, I think it would be big that some of these tax dollars from our educational budget start going to organizations like yours, teaching the kids how to be public speakers. We got guys Brother Brogdon that wrote the book for the kids. Let's get some of these books in these schools. I mean, it's a black city. Most of the tax dollars that go into the Detroit public school come from black citizens. And we need to demand that some of that money be set aside. And look, let's help these black organizations that's helping children. Because they're close to the children.
Right. I know they do some RFP opportunities where, you can become a contractor with Detroit Public Schools and they'll pay you to provide certain after-school programming or summer programming. But I'm with you. I think it definitely is still much more room for that. They have to be able to allow us to help ourselves. It's folks in the community that literally want to help the school system.
Right.
Yes.
They need those resources.
Yeah, they need the resources. So, because the schools can't do it alone.
Right.
It's education and community development is a holistic thing. Kids, they sit in the schools, but they go home to communities. We got to make sure that the community is nurturing them as well. And if they can support us in doing that, then, it's a no-brainer for me.
Yeah. And I don't know what they're going to do with these cuts in Head Start coming. That's what the Trump administration is calling for, cuts in Head Start, Ms. Brown.
Oh, yes. We did hear about that. With the organization Black Men Build, have you looked into or participated with the tutoring program? DPS won $94 million, and they're paying tutors to work with the children. Have you learned about that?
So I have heard about it, but Black Men Build has not engaged with that. But that's an idea I think we'll definitely have to discuss with the team.
Definitely.
Yeah, because representation is important. There's another organization called Black Male Educators Alliance, and I forget the percentage of black men that make up educators for the K through 12 education system, but it's very low.
Yeah, it might be about 2 or 3%.
Yep, it is. It is. I believe it's about 2. Yeah, it's about 2% or something like that.
And they need role models.
You do. You need representation. It's hard to become what you don't see.
Yes.
It's very hard to become what you don't see. So
they could benefit from that.
Absolutely.
So maybe if you speak with the group, you say you meet on
the
first and the third Tuesday.
Yep, we're actually meeting tomorrow if I'm not mistaken.
Oh.
Yep. So I'll definitely talk to them about it. Sloan, my co-field director, he the one that just dropped these off. Sloan dropped these off.
Okay, good. I wish you just came on in.
Yeah, I don't know. He probably thought it was live. He probably thought he couldn't walk in.
Oh, no, it's all love. It's all love. And, folks, I'm telling you, matter of fact, I had given Sloan a book. One of my friends, he's from Maryland, and wrote a book called The Marginalized Voice. And I gave him a copy of that book. I'm about to send him a package with some of these in there and see, because Baltimore got an organization doing a lot of this too.
Yeah.
It's called the Black Men's Alliance. And we just got to figure out how to, it's so
Connect
much energy. We got plenty of folks right here in Detroit, Calvin Mann with the Good Fathers only. You got Otis Bellinger. You got a lot of churches doing things. I was talking with a brother yesterday, Mr. Anthony King, doing a lot of stuff at his church with the young men. So we could just get all this energy together. Maybe that bookstore could be the spot to do that.
Maybe. And to piggyback off what you're saying, people always ask, Jawan, you're doing this good stuff on Puritan. Can you do it on East Side or on another area? And my answer to them is always, there's already somebody over there doing that. I just haven't met him or her yet. Mm-hmm. And once I meet him or her, we'll be able to collaborate and figure some things out. But it's really just the idea that we have to just meet and talk and understand what's going on. Right. It's so much good. It's more good stuff happening in the city than bad. Mm-hmm. I truly believe that there's more good stuff happening than bad. The folks that are doing the good aren't just in the best of communication and an organized way to make our efforts the most impactful.
Yes, I agree with you. And for it to be a 27-year-old, I'm still thinking about that. There's hope. No, there's hope.
Yes, there is.
You always hear, well, it's the seniors who vote, it's the seniors who do this, the seniors do that. There's got to be other people out there doing more than just the seniors. And here is a prime, wonderful example of that.
It's a great example. And I was just thinking, now, is Black Men Build a nonprofit?
Yep. So Black Men Build is a nonprofit. So it has a 501c3 and C4 status, meaning it can do the nonprofit stuff, but also the politics stuff as well. So it has both.
Okay. Because I was thinking, I got so many books at home. I like to donate the books to the Black Men Build, then they can give them to you guys.
Okay.
And then you could put them in a dollar box or something, just something, because people got so many books that they can share with others.
Yeah.
And now that you got a spot you could go to, just every now and then, like have Saturday $1 book day or something right outside the place, and people come donate their books and things. Because we got to get, where's the call? I knew somebody wanted one of these. I knew it going to call right there. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. You on feedback with Theo Bro, Mark Cummings, Jawan Howard. Talk to us quick. Who we talking with?
This is Brother Bennett if I'm on right now.
Yes, you're on right now. Yes.
Yeah, I just caught the part about the public speaking and debate.
Yes.
That's an area I'm always highlighting. So I'm behind today because normally it don't come through. So can you give information before it ends about the location and everything like that?
Yeah, you have your pen and paper handy?
Oh, yeah.
We're going to give it right now.
All right.
What's your name again, sir?
This is Brother Bennett. This is Remus. I won't go into that, but this is Remus Bennett. Brother Bennett.
Brother Bennett. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Got you. So,
all right. He's got his pen and paper handy.
Yep. So our next debate tournament will be June 7th. June 7th at 9 a.m. at Wayne State Law School.
Oh, okay.
June 7th, 9 a.m. at Wayne State Law School. Currently, there are 23 schools that compete within our debate league. There's a middle school league and there's a high school league. You'll get a chance to see the kids debate on a variety of different topics. And this is our last debate tournament of the season. So I hope to see you there. Hope to see you there.
And I got your number, Brother Bennett. So I'm going to call you so I can get this mag to you. You got it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You have a number for him to call? He may want
Yep.
The
phone.
Hurry up and get a number.
Here's the number.
Bust through the thing. We got to shut this down quick.
All right.
Here's the
So
number.
the phone number you can give me a call at is 313-444-7560. 313-444-7560.
You got it?
Yep.
All right. And thank you for the call.
All right. I look forward for Mark's contact because I'm still trying to pay money and I haven't been able to do it.
All right. We're going to get in touch with you. Miss Bro, take us home.
Wow. You know what? I always say at the end of the show, it's not necessary for you to know everything. What is necessary is for you to know how to find what you need when you need it. And we at Hood Research seek out as much information and as many people as we can to bring before you. We encourage you, if you have a need, to email Hood Research, contact@hoodresearch.org, contact@hoodresearch.org. Or you can call us, area code 248-234-2371. Again, it is area code 248-234-2371. Thank you so much for being tuned in. We hope that you tune in again right here next Monday from 9 p.m. to 10:30. And know that on our website, you can get the information for the call-in, because every Saturday we have a conference call from 3 p.m. until 6 p.m. And you are very welcome to join us. You just need that number.
Yes, indeed.
Appreciate you.
So thank you so much, Juron Howard, for being with us today.
Thank you.
And we look forward to you letting us know about the opening of the bookstore.
Yes, ma'am.
So we can let everybody know.
So we're going to call it the Howard Family Bookstore.
The Howard Family Bookstore, and coming soon. So we want you to tune in again next Monday at 9 a.m. And thank you so much for being with us.
Tim is the best in the business. We thank Brother R.J. Watkins. This station is amazing. We need these type of outlets. And folks, always check in on Monday, because you know it's going to be fun.
All right. See you next Monday. Peace.
Peace.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am the BD Mpinga,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback.